Ladies and gents, welcome back to another pre-season post-match here on the JP on Comms YouTube channel. Today we're going to be taking a little look at tonight's fixture, Maidstone United versus Chatham Town at the Gallagher Stadium. We are going to be covering a few things from the game, starting off of course with the result. It was a 0-0 draw in the end. Another clean sheet for George Edakobe's Maidstone United side, something that they really struggled to do last season under George Edakobe, so perhaps a small improvement on something that we did lack in quite significantly last season. However, another game where we didn't score from open play, which is one of my main concerns, but we'll get onto that in just a moment. The main things we're going to be talking about in this video are, of course, the try lists, contracted players, and some of the off-the-field things as well. So let's start off with the contracted players in the side. We did see again Levi Manchi and Lamar Reynolds both feature in the team today, and they did both play at the same time. So very interesting dynamic between those two. A couple of times we saw them link up, a couple of nods on from Levi that Lamar ended up chasing. It did end up working somewhat well, but unfortunately you can never really get that end product firing, and not too many chances come from either of them throughout the game. Levi did miss pretty stone cold chance at one point in the first half, which I believe he should have tucked away. I think he'll probably be kicking himself on that one. Really scuffed the chance, not a contact it would have needed, but from where I was, I'm not sure whether it is as clear cut a chance as it would have seemed. So we'll have to wait for the replay for that one. But Lamar, I thought, looked sharp. Again, those first couple of seconds when he's on the ball looks really good. He's driving forward, beats the first man usually, but it's after that where does begin to downfall a little bit. The composure almost lacks, and he does start to overplay sometimes. So that is one of my primary concerns at the moment regarding him. I think Lamar is going to manage to start firing at some point, but of course he's very early stages right now. Really only got about 90 minutes of football under his belt so far. So yeah, there's not looked too much into either of those cases right now. For the defenders, I thought they all looked really good today. Gavin looked pretty solid, ended up playing centre-back with George in the second half. I thought Fowler looked pretty solid as well. And in the first half, we saw Reece Greenwich looked really good as well. Bit of a Rolls-Royce player, to be fair, in the team. I mean, his quality was far beyond that of many players in the side today. I thought he looked really good. But we also saw Bivesh and Perry playing in the second half, both, again, looking pretty composed in the game, not too much to write home about, just a solid performance from them really, nothing much to report on there. And that is about it. I mean, Harley again looked pretty good, not too much to do, to be honest, so can't make too many comments on that one. Did decide to run about 40 yards out of his goal and then run away with the ball to stop a quick throw in from Chatham, but besides that, again, nothing really too much to say. So onto the try lists, I thought a couple of the try lists had a really good game. I thought, again, that number 3 playing centre-back next to Greenwich in the first half looked really good. Very, very composed on the ball. Pretty quick as well, and his distributions are really good. A lot of times he was knocking that ball down the line and everybody gave up on it because they thought it was going to go straight out, and it curves straight back in and really opens up an opportunity for whoever's down that wing. And I think that's something we can look forward to seeing if we do manage to retain that player for next season. Same goes for the guy who played right back last week. Played right back again today in the first half. In the second half, ended up switching over to the other side and looked really good there as well. So hopefully we're going to see a bit more from these two. I thought they were both good, very composed, quite strong in the tackle. Didn't really seem to get taken advantage of too much in the game either. I thought the number 8 try list looked pretty good as well again this week, so that's another 90 minutes played for him, or another 45 played for him. Looked good. A good ticker over of the ball, if that's a thing. He's what I would hope Henry Woods was going to be for us last season. Somebody who's not going to come in and steal the show, but definitely contributes to ticking over that team, the composure in the midfield, and that ball retention as well. I thought our ball retention looked quite good at times tonight. And then off the field as well, something I want to go into a little bit more as well is some of the players who are contracted to the side that we haven't seen yet. Seen no Sam Corn so far this pre-season, no Sol Wanjal Smith, no Chi Ezenolim, and we haven't seen, it's one more, Razak, Coleman, de Graft as well. And those 4 players are players I'm really looking forward to seeing. I mean, I've said it in many videos already. I think Chi is probably our biggest signing so far of the summer. De Graft as well is someone who I'm really excited to see play following his stats from last season. So I want to see these guys play. I want to see Corn and Sol back in the side as well after injuries. So yeah, I hope we see them soon. I hope it's not injury related. It might just be a been out of the game for quite a while thing for a couple of them. I don't really know. For me, I think the reason probably the likes of Levi struggling, Lamar might be struggling a little bit so early on is just because they never really played too much last season. They were kind of secondary players. Levi came off the bench a lot for both teams he was at last season. Lamar towards the end of the season as well was, in and out the side. So expecting them to come in and fire straight away is a bit delusional, really. I mean, very early stage of preseason, you can't expect too much from anybody. So we don't want to set the bar sky high. We just want to try and get that fitness in players' legs right now, and hopefully within the last couple games of preseason we'll see a little bit more in terms of output. But it's another clean sheet, as I've already said. No goals from open play has concerned me a little bit, but like I say, I'm not going to read too much into it right now. Still got that unbeaten streak. George Elukobi's unbeaten streak currently goes to 2. So a lot better than we were doing at some point last season. But yeah, I mean, again, not too much to write home about in this one. I think it's just more of a tick-over game, a fitness game. Very close, of course, to that first game on Saturday. And I don't doubt they've had a training session either yesterday or Sunday. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me that the team are looking a little bit leggy at points, and maybe not as high a quality as we would have hoped, but of course it's very early doors. I think if we're still seeing this in another 2-3 weeks time, then we might want to worry a little bit. But for now, I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing. We're looking very solid at the back. We're starting to try and string things together up front. I mean, we had a whole trialist front line in the second half, so yeah, we can't really expect to see too much in terms of output right now. So hopefully we see a little bit more at the weekend against Leatherhead. Unfortunately, I'm not going to make that one. I'm working. But rest assured, I'm going to have many, many keen eyes at that game who are going to be reporting back to me. So I will be bringing you a video on Saturday afternoon, Saturday evening, with a little rundown of that game as well. So stay tuned on the channel for the latest things going on this pre-season. Thank you for watching this pre-season post-match, and I'll catch you in the next one.